This is American Rights Activist Podcast, episode 142, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a man's point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, our dear Irby writer from last week is not happy with our responses.
I've talked to our manager, and unfortunately, the show's policy is no refunds.
Robert Dinero is struggling financially because his ex won't stop spending money.
Yo, man. He needs to make an offer she can't refuse.
That's what I'm talking about. Gervanta Davis says he can't stop cheating. A movie star says he overcame his porn addiction. And Kamal and I are going to reflect about the Derek Chauvin verdict. All that and more right now. This is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we are helping you to understand the man that you love. Let's start on the front page. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar, the Chauvin trial ended yesterday, came back guilty. This is not a news flash for everybody. You guys have all heard by now. Let me start with how I felt about it, Kamal. I felt sad. The first thing I saw was like a black woman in front of the cup foods, and she was excited and she jumped up and down. She kind of fell out and people cheered like the OJ verdict and shit. And I was just like, why are motherfuckers cheering? Why are we cheering? This is the most open and shut case I've ever seen in my life. That's all I kept thinking was like, are you really kidding me right now? Everybody who saw this, I know the defense attorney had to do his job, but I didn't hear anybody. I didn't even read on Fox News where they're like, man, this guy. I mean, of course, Candace Owens did her bullshit, but even President Trump was like, oh, it doesn't look good. I mean, when he was president, but like everybody, I mean, there's video, and it's not just a video at the end. You know, sometimes video was just at the last 5 seconds. No, it's a long video. You know, it's like, I didn't understand how is it that we're still scared? I literally didn't know.
Well, because shenanigans, man. And you never know how those 12 people are responding to whatever the hell, the lawyers are saying, man. So you never know. We've been burnt before.
A lot of times before, man. It took me.
We are Charlie Brown trying to kick that goddamn football.
Every fucking time come out. And then the thing that hurt me was, I heard the person say April 20th and I thought, oh shit, April 29th. That's 9 days from the 29th anniversary of the first missed field goal from my lifetime. Of the first time they pulled the football back, because that was so obvious. They was tearing that brother Rodney King's ass up. It's an open and shut case. The video's playing. He's on the ground. He's getting stomped. He's getting hit. And they walked. And they all walked. I was like, what? Trayvon Martin was like, what? The brother in New York.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, man. So we get. We get molded, man. I used that old 80s term last week. But, man, we thinking this is, like you said, open and shut.
It's open and shut.
Open and shut, baby. And then, they have to just do that reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt don't work on us. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers can have, like, just a little bit of, like, he might have did it. If he might have did it, he did that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Reasonable doubt.
If he might have did it, he did it. Hilarious.
He did that shit. Reasonable doubt don't work on us, man, because honestly, if that were true, a lot of cats, man, just reasonable doubt would not be in prison right now if that applied to a lot of the brothers, man, because and the Latino brothers and stuff like that, because, reasonable doubt just a little bit. Like, because they were trying to act like, hey, man, he might walk on that second-degree murder charge, because if they can prove, just cast a little doubt that, hey, maybe he died of some other shit, his health problems. If just a little bit of doubt, he's got to get acquitted. I'm like, wait, that's it? Just a little bit? I'm reminded that that's all it takes.
Yep.
What was a gang of motherfuckers in prison that was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got alibis. They wasn't even in town that week.
They wasn't even in town. And that doubt was ignored.
That doubt was ignored.
They was confirmed when they looked at his ass. Oh, that nigga did it.
Asada Shakur is in Cuba right now.
Wow.
over like a lot of doubt, but I digress. Yeah, Kyle. I was excited at first. Then I got depressed.
Why?
I was excited at first, man, because I'm like, yo, man, finally we got a victory. We kicked that football.
Yeah.
We finally kicked the shit out of it. And then I was thinking, man, just to kick that football, we'll all win into this. Like you said, it was an open and shut case. All 9 minutes and change was recorded.
Yeah.
Many different angles. A gang of witnesses. Medical examiners. The shit happened in Minnesota, which is a blue state, not a Trump state. In a county, which was a blue county, not a Trump county. In a city, was a blue city, not a Trump city with a blue mayor who had a black police chief.
Wow.
And the attorney general who brought the charges up was Keith Ellison, who used to be a member of the Nation of Islam.
Are you serious right now?
Yes.
Wow.
He got in trouble defending Farrakhan.
But he still got his job.
In the past. Well, he had to denounce him, you know.
Of course.
But, you know, he was a member of the Nation of Islam. And so it's like, well, damn. If you need all of that shit just to convict a cop, you need all of that. That kid, Ahmaud Arbery and all that, big kid, people ain't got a chance. Breonna Taylor ain't had a shot. There was no video. And it was in Kentucky with that, with the conservative district attorney, whatever. What was his name?
What's his name? Daniel Cameron.
Daniel Cameron. Yeah, man. Motherfuckers ain't got a shot. You need everything. Derek Chauvin was playing against a royal flush. And we were celebrating like, yeah! It has the deck has to be stacked for a brother to get some justice, man. It has to be stacked.
Yes, it does. But let me just say, at least, I think that the reason why there was relief is like, come on, if we can't win this one, I don't really know what we can win. This is the easiest looking case there is. We got to at least be able to win this one. So it's like, okay, now we might have a chance to build off this. That was the sentiment I had. Before we move on into other topics, man, you mentioned that brother was in the Nation of Islam. You're not in the Nation of Islam, but you are a Muslim brother. And you are in Ramadan. How is that hitting you right now, man? How are you doing, my brother?
I'm okay, man. Thanks for. I'm glad you're concerned, man. I appreciate your concern because it's rough.
And I'm glad it's rough. By the way, Kamal. Let me tell our audience because I love teaching you about this, Kamal. You don't do any of the easy Muslim stuff. Pray 5 times a day. Go to the mosque. But starve for a month. Kamal's like, where do I sign?
Yeah, man, that's the easy stuff, man.
You only do the hardcore Muslim activities.
Call me when it's time to actually show some real sacrifice.
Exactly, man. Like, golly, man, that is very challenging, man. Salute
rough,
to you.
Man.
What is your strategy, man? Help us before we start getting to the other stuff, into the feedback and stuff. Tell us, how's your strategy, man? What does a day look like for Kamal Abdul-Jabbar?
Wake up around, your time. So it's at 4.
Exactly.
4:30.
Now you know how I feel, right?
And I got to stop eating by around 5:15. And then I can't eat again until like around 7:20 something. But the problem is the days are getting longer. So the time I'm supposed to eat is going to go up. So by the time it's done, it'll be like 7:45. And the time I have to stop eating is also going to like go backwards. So it'll be, I say, 5:15. By the time I'm done, it'll be about like, 5 or 4:50 or something like that to around 7:45. So the days are getting longer. I can't wait for like 10 years. It should be like in the wintertime where.
Why does it have to be in 10 years, Kamal? What is that? Why
it's
does
the
it
lunar
move?
calendar, but it doesn't move up a month. It moves up like 2 weeks every year. So you would think that it was in May, next month, next year it'll be in April, and next year it'll be in March. It goes up like 2 weeks
Wow, I never knew that, man. So
Oh,
thanks for confirming,
so
brother.
it's a long days, man. At least before daylight savings. Get me the daylight savings, and I'll be happy.
Man, they used to fight wars in this stuff. I mean, I guess they still do, man. I mean, I gotta hand it to y'all, man. Y'all be out there getting
wars, man.
In the heat too.
Yeah, man. They play sports,
Ooh.
soccer. I mean, Elijah Wan was playing. I remember one of these cats, man, was playing in the finals.
Wow, NBA Finals.
Playing in the NBA Finals. I'm trying to think, who was it? It wasn't Elijah Wan. It might have been Elijah Wan, but it was Nazi Muhammad.
Mm-hmm.
Nazi Muhammad, when he played for Detroit. It wasn't the finals. I don't think we were good, but it was the playoffs.
Yeah. That ain't easy, bro.
Nah, he was playing NBA. I used to play, you know. Hey, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah, man.
When you're on the bench,
Yeah.
and you hating on the starters, it is really taxing.
On an empty stomach.
On the empty stomach.
Man, you's a fool, man. We come back, we have some feedback, and after that, we have a guy that goes the extra mile for his education. How'd that work out for him? Kamal and I will explain. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yes, we do, man. This is from Lance in Charlotte, and Lance is filming the podcast. He said, I just binge listened to your podcast for the first time, and it changed my life. Come out, that's what the hell I'm talking about, dog.
That's the goal, man.
Yeah, man. He said, why are you two not famous?
I've been asking the same question for 20
Me
years.
too, man. Yeah, man. This is some great stuff. I love your take on relationships. Will you be my guru? I've never heard that question before, man. Of course, man. Just keep listening, Lance. We got you, dog. Also, I have only heard the movie reviews a couple times, but I love those more. Please. I don't care who picks the movie. It's all great content. All right, Kamal. You get to pick movies.
I get to pick. I'm back.
Hey, man.
Thank you,
Lance is the
Lance.
boss, man. Dave Chappelle said it best. He said the audience is the boss, man. They decide. So Lance has decided that he wants Kamal to bring his feminist movies back to the MRA podcast.
They are all right, yeah. They are feminist movies, but I thought from a male's perspective, we would give an accurate review.
Okay, hey, man, we're fair and balanced, just like Fox News
Yes, we're
is
fair and
not,
balanced.
but we're just going to balance them out, man. So anyway, Lance, that is a great compliment. We appreciate you, dog. When we come back, especially because our dear Irby is a bit of the opposite of this. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but right now, a guy goes the extra mile for his education. How did that work out for him? Kamal and I are going to explain. It's the MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener, Big Easy Q, told us all about it, and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish,
In pre-nut mode,
yeah, something really dumb, maybe it was top crime, especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about, hit us up, and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense, and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That's dearirby@themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story, only on the MRA Podcast. Okay, this one is from Obi in Virginia Beach. He said, I came to America. This guy's from Nigeria. I'm going to attempt my Nigerian accent. You ready to come out?
Oh, wow. I would try it.
All right, fine. I can't. This is not the time to try out your new accent now. I came to America from Nigeria. No, I came to America from Nigeria. I met this girl in an HBCU on the eastern seaboard. She was very pretty. I wanted to go to bed with her, but she told me we could not do that unless we were married. I dated her for a while, but I told her I had to break up with her because I was going back to Nigeria. My tuition was too high because the student has to pay more fees if they are from out of the country. She told me if I married her, my tuition would go down. I never heard that come out. No. I said, okay, and we got married. She was right. My tuition went way down, but it was not worth it. I ended up spending more on our marriage and later the divorce. She liked to spend money like it would never run out. I am from Nigeria. We know how to save and save and save. My wife only knew how to spend and spend and spend. Our marriage did not work, and now that I am in post-nut mode, I can admit that I did not get married for the tuition. I wanted to go to bed with her. It was not worth it. Kamal, where did Obi go wrong?
Well, if he's admitting that he married somebody to go to bed with her, that's the first mistake.
Yeah, that'll do it, bro.
Yeah, that is truly his first mistake. And honestly, man, like, because he was in prenup mode, so he probably didn't do his due diligence. He didn't give her, he didn't read her resume. He didn't give her the job interview or anything like that because, he would have known that she was a spender. And this guy from Nigeria, that's not going to work, man.
Well, let me tell you the problem, Kamal. And this is going to sound weird coming from me, but not enough guys are looking for a wife. If you were looking for a wife, you would look for these things. You're looking for a nut. So if you're just looking for a nut, you're overlooking all this stuff. How that ass look is all you're looking. That's all you're looking for. How the hair look, how them eyes, how she smell, is she willing? But if you're looking for a wife, you're going to look for different criteria. But what happens, Kamal, is we just end up looking for ass, right? And then we end up hanging around the ass we like for a while. And then once we get to a point where we don't want to lose the ass, we kind of fall in love too sometimes. Mm-hmm. But we wasn't never shopping for a permanent partner. We was just kicking it. You get what I'm talking about, dog?
Yeah, definitely. You hang around, you know what I'm saying? You look up like, wait, I think this is my girlfriend. I was just over here chilling.
I was just having a good time.
Damon Wayne said, I was trying to get some pussy.
Yeah, I was just trying to get some pussy. And next thing you know, she becomes your primary source for sex. And then, but you were never shopping in the first place. So I think as men, we got to be a lot more intentional. And that's hard because, like I said, we ain't looking for no wife. We just looking for a piece. But that might mean being more. I don't know if we're going to be more. Realistically, I don't know if we're going to be more scrutinizing for a piece. But maybe we should come out.
No, that's not going to happen.
No, it's not. So when we come back, Robert Dinero is losing a lot of dinero. I bet he wish he was a little more picky. But I don't know, man. He seemed like he picked a winner. But no, it's not so good. We'll talk about it. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey, man, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA Podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Your main man, Bobby D's, got a little problem on his hands, Kamal.
Oh, man.
According to the New York Post, Robert De Niro's lawyer, Caroline Krauss, told a Manhattan court that he is struggling financially because of the pandemic, A, massive tax bill, B, and then demands from his soon-to-be ex-wife, who filed for divorce in 2018 after 21 years of marriage. I always thought she was a solid sister. I remember everybody used to say, man, Robert De Niro married to a black woman.
Yeah, he likes black women.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, but let me tell you something, man. The court has asked to settle how much De Niro should pay her until the terms of the prenup, just like Dre and him. I don't know why it hasn't. They haven't
you have a prenup, I thought it was just like, all right, this is what we signed. Here it is. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's a percentage of how much he earned. I just thought like basically here's $500,000 or whatever the fuck. Every year it goes up one. But if it's a part of, if they get a percentage of his income, then that might take a while to figure out because if he's got. Well, because if it's not
he's got
just
tax
liquid,
problems, so he ain't
exactly. He owes the IRS. Plus, if it's not just liquid, if he's got property, he's got all these different. I don't know what the fuck they're called, annuities. I don't know.
3 years though, my dude. Well, we need to learn about money more. Come on.
Yeah, I was talking to my moms about this.
Man, I just talked to my son about this, man, because I'm like, look, dude, if we will admit that a man's primary job is to what, Kamal?
Provide.
Yes. That means every man should treat his money education as a top priority. I mean, just common sense wise, if our job is to provide, it's just like how women are always in the gym because they know that men are visual. Well, men know that women are financial. So we should be taking our money way more seriously, my dude. Way more seriously, man. Shouts out to the Come Up on YouTube, man. They've been giving me my education on stocks and bonds come out. I'm telling you, man, you got to go check these brothers out. Young black people talking about stocks and bonds. It's a beautiful thing. Shouts out to the Come Up. Anyway, back to this. I don't understand this, my dude. He has to pay her $375,000 a month. And they're talking about, they're trying to get wifey's lawyer. I guess she wants to keep that $375 because my man Bobby D wanted to take it all the way down to $100,000. I don't understand that, man.
And she's spending money, buying a diamond worth $1.2 million from a New York jeweler.
Why?
Right. And what did the lawyer say? They want to keep her with the same lifestyle or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's the thing that made me like. Listen, the lawyer said the actor is legally obligated to maintain her lifestyle. Why? It's over. Why isn't she obligated to maintain the marriage? But he's obligated. Man, I'm
really
telling you.
Bothers the hell out of me. It bothers the hell out of me because, she's like 60-something years old. They've been married for 21 years. I mean, she was a 40-something-year-old woman.
Yeah.
When they got married, he didn't get her fresh out of high school and told her to stay home and get pregnant and have a bunch of kids and all of this shit. He robbed her of her, whatever the fuck she was.
Yeah, her youth and all that shit.
Her earning potential.
Yeah.
It's a grown woman.
Grown woman. Ladies, y'all know good and damn well you guys are smart. You ladies are brilliant, especially strong black women. Y'all kill it in college. I don't understand, ladies, the selective weakness. All of a sudden, I can't. Now, you're right, but you were never going to make this kind of money before him. Why can't the ride just be over or you have to work it out? I don't understand that.
See, here's the thing. Another thing that really bothers me is divorce is tough on everybody. Why does it have to be more tougher on the guy? Why does she have to still have like the same lifestyle? Like, no, we need to suffer, both of us.
Especially if you filed.
Yeah, I don't know who
filed.
That's
my thing.
I don't know
who you think filed, my dude. You know who files 9 times out of 10.
And you know what? You know what? Too. This is what sucks.
And let me just say, I don't know who filed. He might have filed, but y'all know what I'm talking about, ladies. 9 times out of 10, y'all filed. But go ahead.
They say, man, the man can't turn down projects anymore. So now he's just doing a bunch of bullshit.
He just got to work.
He's got to work.
Keep her paid?
Just to keep this woman who obviously ain't in love with him no more paid.
That's just, ladies.
This is Robert freaking Dinero.
Does this feel like feminist power? It doesn't. When the feminists, y'all need to get on this. Y'all need to step to this because I don't think you'll like this, ladies. I'm calling out the feminists. Come on, read the case, help them out. Come on, y'all know y'all want equality. This is that there bullshit, ladies. You could do better. When we come back, a movie star says he overcame his porn addiction, and later in the show, a Dear Irby writer from last week is back, and she's not happy. Stay tuned to find out why. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
And why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
While on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Terry Crews was asked by Jimmy Kimmel if he misses watching porn. Why would Jimmy Kimmel ask him that? Because I guess Terry Crews famously said he struggled with porn addiction, as did Kurt Franklin. And it makes me wonder, what does porn addiction look like?
Chris Rock said he was addicted to it too. He said it was a real addiction.
I understand it, but I want to know, what does it look like? Because I've had rough binges.
I don't get what the what is the addiction? What is the not just the addiction?
Yeah.
What's the drawbacks? Like, you know, I know what happened. I know the bad things that happen when somebody's addicted to crack.
Yes,
I know the bad that's gonna come with crystal meth and all that shit.
Yes. Are you missing work, my dude? Because that's crazy to me. Now, I have in my younger days, man, had all-nighters, man, of that porn, what is that? We'll call it the porn rabbit hole, where you're like, I got to go to bed. I'm just going to watch this video. And next thing you know, it's 4 hours later.
Yeah, but you can do that with YouTube. You can do that on Netflix. I mean,
that's also my point. You can do that on Facebook. You can do that on Twitter.
Right.
You go down that rabbit hole. So I need to know, what does it look like? This is where, man, this would be nice if we had like producers that can get guests to tell us, hey, man, you had your porn addiction. What did it cost you? I'm just wondering, because he's a guy in shape. I've seen him on the light of CBS when I used to broadcast there. When we used to broadcast in Showland, it was dressing room. I've always seen him jogging. You know what I mean? I see him working. Like, when you start losing your job at Reno, wherever he works, not Reno 911, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine, because you're in the dressing room whacking off, to me, it's like, whoa, you all right, dog? That's when I think you got a problem. I think my problem is I don't know what their problem looks like. Maybe he's just saying he don't want to do it and he's doing it. I don't know. What do you say, Kamal?
Well, I've heard that it sets like an unfair expectations of women, you know, because you expect them to be the chicks from the porn, or you can only...
You mean like they expect us ladies to be the guy from the romantic comedies? Is that what it does?
Yeah.
Is that what it does?
I think so.
It does the same shit that y'all do when you guys expect us. I told you this happened to me one time. A young lady was leaving the state, and she literally was like, so you're just going to let me leave? You're not going to come to the airport and ask me to stop? And I was like, wow, I know she saw that in the movie. And she really thought I was going to do that shit. Literally thought it because she saw in the movie. It's like, I feel like most men understand that porn is fake. And I feel like, ladies, you don't seem to understand that shit you see in romantic comedies is literally just made to make you watch.
Yeah. But I could see, like, if you have like the porn fetishes.
Yeah,
and you try to like incorporate that in the bedroom with the wife, and
True.
She's like, "What the fuck did you?"
But you was a fool for that. Yeah. And I have done some tricks that I learned from porn, and they've worked out, and some have not. Some ill-advised. I'll give you that. Go ahead, man. So it says his wife said he downplayed his addiction once they met, and making her think it went away. Why do you want to make your wife think it went away unless your wife ain't cool with it? I'm not trying to blame you, ladies, but at the same time, the reason why I want you to listen to the MRA podcast is so you can hear the man's point of view. I don't understand. Certain women they want to be their man's everything. They want their man to only have sex with them. I know that sounds like, of course, but for some guys, that's not the easiest thing to do. And I've even heard of some relationships, and I've even been in one where it's like, you can't even watch porn. I should be your source for everything. And that just feels, I don't feel right to me, Kamal. What about you, dog?
No, it doesn't. I think that is that's just a delusional woman, right? That's just delusion. And so what it is, and it's also controlling.
Very much so.
I mean, because, you have a lot of women who are just used to getting their way. This is how it is. This is what we're going to do. This is what all this stuff like Rasputia, but like, fine.
And the courts help.
Yeah, a finer version of like Rasputia from Norbit.
Yes.
This is what we're doing. This is how it works. We're together now. And the guy is just going along to get along and stuff like that. And so, yeah, man, she can tell him, I don't like this shit, stop it, because it makes me uncomfortable, because you look at these 22-year-old bad chicks with these, perfect bodies, and I've gained a pound or two. And
Let me tell you something, I highly recommend porn, Kamal. I highly recommend porn. Highly.
Okay.
You know why?
Why is that?
Because it keeps you from begging for sex from your wife. It helps you to just release when you're ready, man. And when she's ready, you're ready too. I can see if you watching porn and now you don't want to smash wifey when she's ready. But for the most part, and you're laughing like that's the case.
I'm laughing because I'm saying that could definitely be a problem You know, if like I said, like the fetishes don't work, like, man, it's just my wife, but I like the neighbor, and you know what I'm saying?
Man,
I like the neighbor and the aunt.
I think it's a safe place to carry out your fantasies, man. Everybody got them. Ladies, y'all have them. We have them too. I think porn is the safest place to do that, man. When we come back, if you live in Utah, you're soon going to have to do your part in paying for pregnancy. We'll talk about it. It's the MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Kamal, you sent me this story, man. The Utah governor, Spencer Cox, a.k.a. Governor Cox, signed a bill that requires fathers to split the cost of pregnancy. Brady Brammer. That sounds like a blood that won't say C word. Hey, my name is Brady Brammer, nigga. Brady Brammer, homie. Like, what the fuck? I mean, you know, the people in LA know what the fuck I'm talking about, where the bloods just speak. Or if you watch Insecure, that character did that shit. But that's a real thing. Like, they literally just say B's where they don't belong. Anyway, Brady Brammer spoke on the bill, saying it will help cut costs of pregnancy while urging fathers to take more responsibility for their children. Before we get into this, come on, let me just say, the bill don't sound that bad off top. Of course a man should kick in half of the pregnancy costs. I mean, it sounds right, but it also makes me wonder, what is he really talking about? I got a question for you, Kamal. Is this meant to help women have their kids instead of having an abortion?
Of course, it's Utah.
Mm-hmm.
It's Utah, but I don't see anything wrong with it on the surface. Even if it's, you know, some ulterior motives that drive down abortions. And honestly, I don't think this shit goes far enough, Kyle.
Why not?
When I had both my sons, but my second son, my youngest son.
Yes.
My first son stayed in the NICU because he was a little preemie, you know. So,
I remember that.
Yeah, he stayed in the NICU for about a week, you know. So
Okay.
we got a lot of, you know, coaching and guidance on what we should do.
Yeah.
My second son, he was born, and once he got to like nursing and got
He was
circumcised,
burning the hospital down because that motherfucker ain't no joke.
nah, he's a wild kid, but basically when he used to be wild, he's so calm now.
Yeah.
He like Mike Tyson.
Crazy.
It's like, what the fuck?
Well,
Yeah, what the fuck?
Mike
happened
still
to
Mike. He's still Mike though. Once that bell rings, but go ahead.
But they were just like, all right, you can take him. We bring that that wheelchair down.
The wheelchair.
I'm like, dude, you don't know if we know what the fuck we doing or not. I mean, really, dude. Like, this is some important shit. And you just trust
crazy?
that we know what the fuck we're doing. You trust that we know how to raise the baby. You trust that we are not raising this baby to be, you know, Jason from Friday the 13th. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Fame for Minister Society.
Yeah, we're intentionally, we're going to release this motherfucker on the world. We're going to, like, they don't give, like, psych evaluations. Like, they just, they'll deliver the baby and say, all right, peace out. Like, wait,
yeah, y'all holler, man. Let me know how it goes. Send us a Christmas card.
Yeah. And it's like they just churning them out. And I always felt like, dude, I would think they, like, just would want to make us take a class or something like that, man. Like, we did the Lamaze class because, you know, we wanted to help out with the delivery or, you know, the pregnancy. But after the pregnancy, it's like...
So I got it, Kamal. We need a psych evaluation if you want to take your kid home and if you want to take home a gun. I think that's what we're saying here, Kamal. Psych eval first before you get a gun or a kid.
Right. It just...
Before you pop off in somebody or pop off in your wife, you need a psych eval.
Yeah, because I mean, I know why. Like I said, I know why they're doing this with the fathers.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I mean, I don't know what the alternative. If you fail that psych eval, if you failed the class, like you just failed the class. What happens to the kid? Like, nah, man, we keep him here for another week. Is, you know, I don't know. But
yeah.
This
What if
shit,
you had to have a psych eval for sex, Kamal? Like before, that would save a lot of guys in prenup mode, my dude.
Yeah, but
that'll save a lot of.
But that evaluation, like just being that prenup for longer, wait for those evaluation results. Motherfucker will pick up his gun and go do that.
Yeah.
Taliban
What did we call
shit.
that? Lack of pussy syndrome.
Something like that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, LOPS. Remember the dude at Santa Barbara? We said he had LOPS. This is back in the web series days.
Oh yeah, and honestly, man, they say a lot of these mass shooters, man, they really have trouble.
LOPS.
They have trouble getting chicks, man. Like
Of course.
you'll never see like a mass shooter with a playboy,
Dude,
a playboy with a
never. This is once again why porn is important. Get the demons out. You got to get, especially you got ladies don't understand. You got to get that demon out. I promise you, a guy is not going off touching and molesting and fighting and doing all the negative things that men do if he just emptied it out. It's not going to happen, dude. You're not going out raping and molesting and all the negative things if you just squeeze one out. It ain't happening. You might have intended to, but if you squeeze one out before you leave the door, man, you're like, I'm good.
I'm about to.
All the evil comes out with the fluid. I'm just gonna say it like that, dude. When we come back, man. Speaking of getting the evil out, Gervanta Davis says he can't stop cheating on his girl. What should he do? Kamala and I are gonna coach him up. It's the MRA podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. Gervanta cannot stop cheating. I couldn't believe this when you sent me this one, Kamal. This was crazy. Last week we talked about girls snooping. Great promo, by the way. One of my faves running currently. And Gervanta, you have a great take on when girls snoop. If y'all want to hear it, you go to our social media page and you'll see it on Instagram or on Kyle's Facebook or on Kamal's Facebook. But anyway, Gervanta Davis's girl is a prime candidate for such an offense. According to Vlad, Davis took to his Instagram stories where he wrote, "I can't stop cheating on my girl." First of all, who in the hell says that? This is why, Daddy, you got to be fathers, man, or mentors, fellas. That's why you got to pass around this MRA podcast, man. These young men need mentors. We're here for we will be your guru. But you got to give us a shot, man, because we would never let you say no bullshit like that. But he was referring to his girlfriend, Vanessa, a.k.a. Nessa, I guess Paso. The message came after Nessa wrote on her stories, "I hate my lurking skills." First of all, you hate look how they spin it, my dude. I hate that I'm so good at breaking into my man's phone. This is such a talent I wish I did not have. I be finding exactly what I'm looking for. Yes, so does everybody. It's called ask and ye shall receive. It's in the word. Gervanta later commented on Nessa's IG video asking her to please come back. Now, my question for you is, should he take her back? I know that sounds crazy. Should he take her back, Kamal?
Nah, I mean, here's the thing about it, man. Tank is one of the best young boxers in the world. He's
Tank?
Yeah, I mean that's Gervanta Davis. That's his nickname, Tank.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. He's so fucking cool. Kamal. I'm thinking you're talking about R&B Tank, and you're talking about Gervanta
Tank Davis.
Okay, excuse me. Go ahead.
Yeah,
boy, the woman is cold though, boy.
No, I believe it.
Lord Jesus,
I believe it. But my point is, the guy is one of the top boxers in the world, man. He's undefeated. He's making money. He's with the Mayweather team. Floyd is his mentor and his promoter, and so he's seen the high life.
Yes, he has.
He's riding around with rolling around with Floyd, money, Mayweather. And I know a lot of girls are throwing it at him, and the kid's a boxer. Here's the thing about boxers, man, because they give, it's not like it's a high school thing, right? So you go to high school, if you're not playing, and he's like a lightweight, so he's really short. He's like 5'5", 5'6", something like that. And so it's not some shit you wear a varsity letter. It's not anything that you walk around. Everybody in school knows you're a boxer. That's some shit you do after school on the weekends. A lot of training, going to the Golden Gloves. Ain't no girls there.
Hilarious.
So if, Tank ain't used to having chicks, man, chicks on his knob. And then once he becomes this flyweight, featherweight champion, and he's rocking jewelry and he's showing this shit off on on social media and all this stuff, man. And he's got like a Instagram model girlfriend already.
Of course,
guess what happens? Others follow.
Well, let me stop you right there, my guy.
What's up?
Let's talk about my man Gervanta. Okay, my dude. So I looked at your lady, man. She's a cold one. She's amazing. She's the type that it makes your heartbeat speed up when you look at her. And what happens when men see a woman like that? They start to lose confidence and they start to lie. I got a good friend of mine who just got caught cheating on his girlfriend again. And I celebrated. I said, hopefully you won't lie to her anymore. Stop lying. You know why he lies to her every time, Kamal?
What is that?
He wants to keep her.
Right.
He's afraid of losing her. And I told him, man, let me tell you something, dude. You're doing very well in your career, in your business. You're not the kind of guy that has to lie. Boo Boo the Fool, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You ain't got a lot of options. But if you have a lot of options, fellas, you need to lead with the truth. I know you think you can't get this woman, Nessa, but if you can get someone just as cold, this woman is one of the cold ones. She used to be with Meek Mill. So she has a taste for successful men with money. But you may not be able to get her with the truth, but you'll get somebody. And you definitely won't lose her with the truth like you'll lose her with the lie.
He needs to call Nick Cannon.
Boom, boom, boom.
They all in the Nick. Nick can't do no wrong. All his chicks, they love Nick.
But he's telling them the truth, my guy.
Yeah.
Stop. Listen, let me tell you, Gervanta, what you tell him, man. First of all, you say, I am not monogamous. I know that sounds crazy because women, ladies, you think that if he falls in love, he will be monogamous. That is not real. He's not. I'm not saying all guys aren't. I'm saying Gervanta's probably not. That's why he says I can't stop cheating. Okay, so why don't you fix it so you don't have to cheat? Why don't you set up the rules that you can be open? Well, what if that means she wants to be open too? Well, then you're going to either have to be able to handle the truth that she's going to do her thing too, or find the kind of woman who's with you doing your thing, but she is not interested. Not because she's dumb. She's just not interested. But she's... Go ahead.
Or those are part of the rules. You can set the rules. Like this is...
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Oh, yes, you can. You can go in there with the straight negotiation. Oh, yes, sir. This is how it works.
No. This is what leads to lies, Kamal.
How so?
Setting rules leads to lies. You need to find out what she really wants.
Oh, no.
Some women...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Some women don't want side dick.
Right.
I was with the woman before, and we went to a dancing class, and she didn't even want to dance with other men in the room. She was very uncomfortable. She's like, I don't want them to touch me. It was like we were switching partners, and she was just like looking at me like, please come back. And I was just like, hell yeah, I get to dance with this fine one. And then this one, I loved it. She hated it. All right. We were able to laugh about it. But my point is, Kamal, there is truth to that. If she's not interested in other dudes, you got to win her.
No, but I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm saying I agree with you. I believe a lot of women, most women I think, are not interested in side swipe. However, they will as revenge. If they think, like you said, like they're lying and all that stuff, and they want to get you back.
But let's talk about these rules you're talking about.
Yeah, there's guidelines.
If you got a woman who likes side dick, right, but she also likes money, she will lie to get the money. She will lie to get the man. You got to find one who really genuinely ain't into that.
Well, I couldn't handle no chick like the side dick.
But you gotta not act like that when you're doing the interview, because as soon as you tell him you can't handle it, she's gonna lie. So you gotta act like you cool with it so you can get the truth. Ladies the same way. Act like you cool.
But that's a lie.
Open up.
But that's a lie.
But you're just acting cool. You're not saying you cool. You're just like, oh, cool. Okay. Because as soon as they say, well, I do like some side dick from time to time, you be like, what, girl? what's wrong with you? She gonna be like, oh, man, I used to. She gonna start lying.
I got it.
So you got to tell you, be like, oh, that's cool, and act like it's cool, and then run as fast as you can when you get to the car.
But see, honestly, this is why now. Obviously, I haven't had these options, but I'm not into like these Instagram chicks who have a gang of dudes sliding into their DM. This.
Boom.
Now, again, I haven't had these
That's
options.
the Lori Harveys, man.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't do it, bro.
yeah, I couldn't do it myself.
She fine, but man, that fine comes to the price. Let's just put it that way. And there's versions of this. You might have to pull a umfufu. There's versions of fine, but Instagram fine is, she already knows, man, that mind is not cool. You better go to the Dominican Republic. You better go to Nigeria. You better go to Brazil. You better find one refined, that's just simply fine without just anyway, man. But either way, as soon as you get her back to America, you're going to get what happened with Fufu too. When we come back, man, oh my gosh, Lamar Odom called on Kobe for a loan. Could you do it? We'll talk about it on MRA Podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA podcast of Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Kamal, I got a quick question for you, man. Lamar Odom was on Matt Barnes and I think Steven Jackson's podcast. He admitted that things got so bad with his gambling problem, he had to turn to Kobe. He said he didn't want to call Kobe. We all know who that friend is. Where you're like, oh, man, this dude's going to let me have it, man. He going to get on the soapbox. But it got so bad, he called Kobe. And Kobe said he was going to let him have the money. And then, of course, but Kobe, before he let him have it, he let him have it. He ripped into him as he thought. But then he said, man, call my people. And, have your people call my people. And I got you, man. You my brother. And then Kobe, unfortunately, passed away. Now.
He passed away. Lamar still owning that cash?
No, before Lamar got it. I bet Lamar wish he got the cash.
Oh, he died before he could give him the cash.
He got the money. I tell you, it was hella whack. As if Lamar called Kobe's wife, like, "Hey, so listen, that's
I had me and Kobe had an arrangement.
We had a deal, but I think they said her mom did some bullshit like that. Anyway, back to this. Quickly, could you call a friend and ask for money if you were in a jam?
Depends. If I am in a jam and I have no way of getting out of this jam and I need this money, no.
Amen to that.
If it's like, hey, I got something coming next week and it's guaranteed, and of course,
like that.
if I have cash, it'd be like, what I'm saying, we go to a place that only takes cash and my man got
float me for an hour.
Right. Okay.
Float me for a day.
Right. But if I have nothing,
no way to pay you back, I'm just going to figure it out later, nigga. No.
Nah, I couldn't do it. I mean, now granted, if I got friends, like high profile friends like Kobe and stuff like that, like, can you help me make some contacts or something?
Can you help me with a job?
Can you help me learn how to fish?
Yes, thank you. But asking for the fish, that's a hell no. We come back. Our dear Irby right from last week is not happy with our responses, and she wants an explanation. Kamal and I will try to help her out. It's the MRA Podcast. You need some advice in your relationship
and can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Irby Letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages.
Encouraged divorce.
Taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encouraged divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearirby@themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
Dear Irby, hi guys. You read my email last week. I don't think you were fair to me. She got right to it. You kept saying how Frumpy is safe, but isn't that settling? If his girlfriend is so great, because if you didn't tune in last week, go listen to it. But basically, she said she was into her boss, but her boss had a woman already, and she's frumpy. That's the short version. She said, and we were singing the praises of the wife because of the girlfriend, because we were saying our girl Tiara, she's been with her boss's buddy, and we're saying, wifey wouldn't do nothing like that, even though it's not the wife yet. Sorry, Tiara, I still think there's gonna be wifey one day. Anyway, if his girlfriend is so great like you two kept doting on her, then why is he having sex with me? I really want you to answer me that question. Also, my boss has had sex with his girlfriend's friends. Why is it okay for him to have sex with her friends, but if I sleep with one of my boss's friends, then I'm immediately disqualified? This logic does not seem right, and I really want and deserve an explanation. Deserve. I have a feeling I know some details about you, Tiara. From Tiara in Los Angeles. Kamal, hit it.
Well, let me deal with the last question about why is it okay for him to have sex with her friends, with his girlfriend's friends, but if Tiara, sleeps with one of his boss's friends, then she's immediately disqualified.
Yeah.
Well, because he's not wifing those other friends either. Like, this is, we talked about it last week. Guarantee that Frumpy has not had sex with any of his friends.
Guaranteed.
doesn't want to have sex with any of his friends.
Yeah, so he might be smashing some of wifey's friends, but he ain't wifing them.
No, they're all on the side. Again, Tiara, what you don't understand is right now, you appear to be this man's candy or his dessert. And you're not the full meal. Whatever Frumpy has, whatever qualities she has, it's not for you to see it. You don't see it. But it's not for you to see. It's for your boss. Your boss is like, this is what I want in a girlfriend. Soon to be probably a wife. Tiara, you probably fine as I don't know what. You probably got a killer body and all of that. You said last week you make a ton of dough. So because you are visually stimulating, he's physically attracted to you.
Yeah.
And you say, well, I look so much better than Frumpy, and the way she dresses is whack and all of that. But when he's trying to settle down, we talked about this earlier in the post nut about the interviews and stuff like that, like searching for a wife, actually going through everything, the list, and finding what exactly it is that's going to make the perfect wife to him. And maybe, man, I'm pretty sure Frumpy checks more boxes than you. And that's what it is. And instead of accepting that, you can't figure it out because you're looking at it from a superficial lens. I look good and I make money. What's not to like? Why am I not with this man? We should make a power couple. He's obviously attracted to me, and he's a man. Obviously, what man wouldn't be attracted to you? So, but you can't fathom that there are other qualities. Tiara, I think you sell yourself short. You're thinking this is all I have. This is all any man wants is the way I look and the way and how much money I have. And we see constantly, man. Look at fucking Alex Rodriguez. He had the baddest chick in the game.
No thanks.
That shit ain't working out.
He said, no thanks.
Right.
And see what he did? The equivalent of women's breakup body. He bought a team. That's how he bounced back. I'm just going to go buy a team.
Yeah, he was married. I mean, he was in J-Lo. They were about to get married. The shit got called off. It's like, man, looks aren't everything, especially when the guy, I don't know how old your guy is. And he's like, man, I'm trying to build a team. And what you want for his offense, what he wants for his offense is somebody he feels is reliable. He doesn't need that superstar quarterback that can run all over throwing 80 yards. He just needs somebody to hand that shit off. And Frumpy is his system quarterback. You have to come to the realization that he's not using you. I'm not going to say he's using you, but you are his fun.
I had my hand on the flag when you was about to say using.
You are his fun. I caught myself.
Yeah, thank you, man. We come back on my way in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Kamal, I'm so glad we brought up A-Rod. Let me tell you something, Tiara. Who do you think is going to have an easier job replacing the other? Most people would say, oh, man, A-Rod, you ain't never going to find another J-Lo. Okay, you're right. You won't find a celebrity, that's fine, and blah, blah, blah. But what ladies don't seem to understand is A-Rod could possibly do better with Umfufu. Now, Umfufu is a character from Eddie Murphy's Raw, where he talked about going, which was basically like Coming to America, basically. Before Coming to America, people don't realize it was in the Eddie Murphy joke of like, I'm going to go to another country and find a woman since I can't find a woman in America. He literally did that in Coming to America. Mm-hmm. He was like, he was the prince of comedy in America, and I'm going to go to Africa. Well, in this one, he's a prince of the world. Or he's a prince of his country. I'm sorry, in Africa, came to America. Anyway, my point is, you're looking through the lens of what women like. And I keep trying to say this. You think because you make money that's something that should catapult you in the way you're dressed. And I'm saying he's probably looking for something safer that he could work with. If A-Rod comes back with a 25-year-old Dominican and just, that's just here to be his helpmeet, serving him, in my opinion, I'm going to be like, yep, good job, buddy. He don't need J-Lo's money.
Don't need to be a power couple when he's worth $500 million.
He's enough power. Yes, he don't need, I don't know why. Ladies, y'all want a power couple. Some dudes do. I know a friend of mine say he's looking to make a power couple, but a lot of dudes don't care about that. They just want to help me. And you're like, but I'm this and I'm that. And like, he don't need help in the money category. And ladies, and J-Lo, I know I made this about J-Lo, but I'm about to. Like, if she's willing to hang with the Caspers, then she'll be fine without A-Rod if she can find a faithful Casper. But if she's looking for faithful billionaire, those two words don't usually go together. I don't care how fine you are. And so back to you, Tiara. It's frustrating because you keep saying Frumpy is safe. Isn't that settling? It's settling to you because you are not into that. He doesn't care about the way she dresses. You do. That's what I'm saying. Why is he having sex with you? Because he's probably not monogamous. And you guys came up with this rule, if he really loves you, he'll only have sex with you. I've never heard of a guy saying that about a guy. They may say that about a woman. But I've never heard of a guy say, oh, man. Well, actually, I have heard men say, oh, man, he didn't love you because he cheated.
Well, that's basically niggas trying to weasel their way in.
Yes, but amongst guys, when it's just guys like me and Kamal, I've never heard a dude say that privately. Let me just say that. Publicly, they say it all the time. Have you ever heard a man say that privately?
I've heard it one time in the barber shop, and the dude was sounding really like unbelievable. Okay. Like he was basically just there to shame cats and shit like that, man.
Okay, and maybe he really is the guy. But the point is, you said you heard it once, I've heard it none. So, it's not as common as, we don't agree on this rule. So you're saying, why is he having sex with me if she's so awesome? Just because he wants variety. It has nothing to do with his woman being awesome. That's like saying, why is he eating chicken when, he had the best breakfast of his life in the morning? Because he didn't want to eat pancakes again. He already had pancakes. He wants to eat something different. I'm just trying to make it plain for you. All right, so my boss had sex with his girlfriends. What's up with the double standard? You say my boss had sex with his girlfriend's friends. Why is it okay to him have sex, but I can't have sex with other people, blah, blah, blah. I'm immediately disqualified. Because you're the one that wants the job. He's the one that gets to pick. Then that means it's got to meet his criteria. He's the one that gets to make the rules when you're he's picking. So you're like, well, you get to do... Let me tell you something. I get to do things that my kids can't do. My boss gets to do things that I can't do. We're not equals. And if I want a woman, I got to play by her rules. And if you want him, you got to play by his. Going back to you, fellas. Stop. Gervanta, stop playing by her rules just to have her when you know that's not really you. You're dope enough to... Some women will play by your rules.
You just told me don't say nothing about rules, man.
You're right, and you're very right. And let me just say differently. Standards, then. You're right.
And I said rules, and I couldn't think of a better word rules are not the right word that I should have used.
Thank you.
Yeah, standards.
Yeah,
criteria.
Standards. Yeah, criteria is the word, Kamal. Mm-hmm. It's it's on your list of things. And I know I said don't have a checklist, ladies. You're right. But when you have options, when you got options, you can have a checklist. If you don't have options, you don't. J-Lo can have a checklist. She's got a lot of options. But a lot of you ladies don't have options like J-Lo. She's famous and beautiful and blah, blah, blah. She don't have as much options as other women. She has more options than most women. But the point is, when you're the most valuable person in the relationship, you got the most options. Period. I mean, if I always go to Halle Berry and Beyonce, and I'm like, dude, you need new women. Lauren London, like, I need new fake women to use an example. But my point is, if Lauren London was like, hey, Kyle, you want to give me, you got to do X, Y, and Z, then I'm going to have to do X, Y, and Z. Because I want to give her.
She's holding the cards. She's
holding the cards. So your boss, Tiara, is holding the cards. That's why he gets to have the double standard. He's holding the cards. So, if you want to play if you want to play with him, you got to play by his rules or go play with somebody else. Where can we find you?
Twitter, Instagram, and Clubhouse at Andrew
That's my guy. Yes, find him there, man. I'm at Kyle Irby. I'm at the MRA Podcast. I'm at KyleIrby.com. We're both at the MRA Podcast, by the way. KyleIrby.com is where you can see some of the commercials I've done. Nothing new out yet, but they're shot in the can. I'm hoping to see them soon. The MRA Podcast is where you can listen to all 142 episodes we've ever Check us out on DynastyRadioNY.com and 1073VIP.com, our affiliates in New York and Illinois, respectively. Come out, man. I'm telling you, man, you do your research, you bring it, you ready to play every single week. And I appreciate that, dog.
Thank you.
Ladies, we love you, fellas. Be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.